Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am Gebo the Shaman, and today we are talking about what happens when we have Ketu in the first house in your birth chart. So before we get into all that good stuff, I'd just like to let you guys know that I am a Vedic astrologer, so you can check out all my courses, all my products, services, courses, everything that you could ever possibly want. It's all, you can see all my stuff up here, and you can go to gebotheshaman.com to check it out. Alright, so Ketu in the first house. So in order to understand this position of Ketu in the first house, we need to understand what Ketu means. So we're going to talk about what Ketu means. And then we'll talk about what the first house means, or ascendant, and put them together and create our own analysis from it. So, alright, so what is Ketu? Ketu is the planet of isolation. Ketu is blind. He is the shadow of Mars. Ketu is basically has a lot to do with like isolation, detaching from the material world, and just enjoying spirituality, like tapping into the spiritual world and things like that. So there's that. And so yeah, that's pretty much what it is. And so remember, in Vedic astrology, Ketu is the south node of the moon, and Rahu is the north node of the moon. So those are what they're called in Western astrology. So in Vedic astrology, Ketu is the body of Rahu. So we have Rahu, which is the head, and Ketu, which is the body. And so Rahu goes into the material plane, the material world, and Ketu wants to come out of it. So that's what Ketu wants. So then we need to understand what the ascendant means, or what the first house means. Ascendant and first house, same thing. 6 one way, half dozen the other. So first house or ascendant means this is the house of your specific identity and reincarnation, like your specific identity in this life, your specific incarnation in this life. So this has a lot to do with the personality. So in Vedic astrology, we call the first house the ascendant, or the lagna. Now the lagna is basically kind of sounds like leg nut. So this is like the energies that were mounted into place when you took your first breath at birth. So through our breath, prana, the energies of the universe were infused into us at the time of our birth. This is what our birth chart goes by. Like, this is like how we, like, this is like, the birth chart and everything. So it sets up the whole birth chart. So yeah, this is very important stuff. So having Ketu in the first house, so, well, the first house is your identity, your perspective on the world, your view of everything in the world. And so this is your unique identity. Let's say the moon sign, your moon sign, wherever your moon is placed, that would be how your mind works, how you think, how you feel, how you relate to the world on an emotional level. But the Lagna, or ascendant, or first house, is the essence of who you are. So with Ketu in the first place, in the first house, we would have this very detached personality. We would be very isolated, very filled, like very alone. And maybe it basically gives you like the personality of the ultimate introvert, like just wanting to be alone and wanting to be just isolated and by yourself. This could turn somebody into a yogi or a monk or something like that, where they just focus on their spiritual practices and pay no attention, pay no mind to their the physical world, the material world, providing for them on a material level. So like they wouldn't be interested in getting money, a job, car, like a car, a home, things like that. Like they're just not interested in the material world. They've been there, done that kind of thing, and they're just over it. So they want to go into the spiritual world, and they want to develop themselves spiritually. So this is what this is what Ketu is all about. So it's Ketu is wanting to go do the spiritual things and stuff like that. So so this can give somebody an extreme amount of knowledge and wisdom and interest in things like tantra, spiritual practices, ritualistic practices, doing stuff every single day, spiritual disciplines. Most people are not that committed. Most people might do something, some spiritual practice like once a week, but that's not enough. So someone with Ketu in the first house does it like every single day and multiple times a day. So this is like your focus in life, your mission in life. And even though you feel isolated, there's some dissatisfaction with that isolation. Like there's people who love isolation and there's people who don't like it. So you feel isolated, you feel different, you feel foreign. However, like there's like a sense of feeling alien and foreign, even in your own home, in your own family. However, you will seek relationships to get your sense of identity. And when you're by yourself, when you're alone, it'll feel like you're not, like you don't know who you are. So the opposite of Ketu is Rahu. So basically Rahu, and if you have Ketu in the first house, you'll have Rahu in the 7th house. So this is the house of your relationships. And Rahu, like, he wants to find himself through others, and he wants to indulge in relationships and getting his value from other people and his worth and his identity and things like that. However, that's not good. That's codependency. So if you have Rahu in the 7th house, I did a video on this just the other day. You should check it out. But yeah, Rahu in the 7th basically gives kind of like this codependency. Like, it's because you have no identity with Ketu in the 1st house. You seek to get your identity and your validation and your love from other people, and that is codependency. So yeah, that 1-7 axis that can lead to codependency and things like that. So advice for Rahu in the first, or Ketu in the 1st house, would be do this stuff, especially this one, the self-transformation challenge. That's the thing that really changed my life and helped me to really change things for myself and give myself an identity and help myself to feel better energetically. So yeah, spiritual practices are very important. And when you do that stuff, especially the Qigong, and the Kundalini yoga, you'll just begin to open up your energy body, and like it really taps you in with your soul, and it's incredibly powerful and empowering, things like that. So it's awesome. Alright, so then we have the Cosmic Qigong. So that's a Qigong course, and that it's all of my courses are basically for beginners, or anyone can do this stuff. You don't need to be advanced. I mean, if I can do it, you can do it. So and then we have the self-transformation challenge, which combines Kundalini yoga, Qigong, meditation, and the energy of the heart center. Then we have the Astrology certification course. So that is designed to take you through like the process of just learning how I do astrology, how I do my astrology readings, and so you can check that out. You can go to GeboTheShaman.com for more information on that. And the thing about the astrology course is that when you pass that test, you'll get your own basically your own website to become a professional Vedic astrologer. So you can check that out. And then we have the Vedic astrology Vedic astrology readings. So I do readings and consultations for people who are like, I do readings with focus on your career, focus on your relationships, and also focus on just like a general rating for you. So there's that. So astrology readings. I do birth time rectification, so you can check that out as well. All this stuff is great for, birth time rectification is extremely, great for people who don't know their exact birth time. And even people who do, like a lot of people will say, oh, I was born between, 6 and 6:30 or something like that. Well, that's not accurate enough. You really need to get it down to the exact minute of birth in order to be accurate throughout throughout all the Vedic astrology charts, because it can change very quickly. So anyway, guys, that's about it for me. And if you want to check out anything else that I have to offer, you can go to GeboTheShaman.com, and please like, subscribe, hit that bell button, and all that good stuff. Alright, so that's it for me. Go to GeboTheShaman.com to check out all my products, courses, services, everything that I have to offer, and we will talk to you next time. Peace.